All right, here we are for round number 1. We're playing against Resident Stompy Grinder Fax. He's of course playing Stompy, and we'll see how good of a Stompy matchup we have. Gonna have to mulligan this one, of course. His hand seems pretty good against Stompy. I need to draw one more land to really get going, but it looks pretty strong. We'll see how Magma Spray comes up. As soon as he sees that I have all these cards, he's gonna be really tempted to keep any hands that have Young Wolf, I assume. Probably also going to be kind of surprised to see this Bloodfell Caves unless he's been paying attention to the 5-0 lists. No 1-drop? Wow. Alright. Must have a bunch of Burning Tree Emissaries to, or at least, he must have at least 2 creatures here. No, just the Nest Invader. So, I do get put in a tough spot here. I think I am going to Magma Spray this Nest Invader. If I draw an untapped land, I really want to play one of these spells. Okay. Didn't happen for me. Great, the 100 card deck, he says. Yes, great indeed. Alright, so this is pretty terrible that we're gonna miss our land here. Let's just do that. So next turn, I just pass here. So next turn, I'm probably going to Brainstorm, and then I'm going to have to Flame Slash something, I assume. I don't think there was anything wrong with our keep. We had actually a really good hand against a normal Stompy draw. He's had a pretty slow draw so far. We're still in this game if I hit a land next turn, but if I miss next turn, we're going to lose. If I Brainstorm and get locked, we're going to be done for. Another Nest Invader, okay. One thing that was good was that I do have a sweeper in my top couple cards, so that's good. But if we yeah, so like I said, if we miss here, we're gonna lose. Yeah, this game's over, unfortunately. Oh well. I guess I might as well slash that guy. So I don't know. Something could have been said for maybe just think twicing there, but I'm not holding up any spells or anything. If I do that. Alright, what are we getting here? I assume some kind of Hunger the Howl Pack. Oh, River Boa? Sure. River Boa shouldn't be too much of a problem for us, but, I mean, we're going to be dead before we hit a third land. Which is kind of unfortunate. Well, put himself in an awkward spot here. Now when I Devour Flesh him, he's going to have to make some pretty difficult decisions. I'm just going to pass the turn here. I'm probably going to have to Devour Flesh, though. I don't think I can afford to think twice or anything like that. Actually, I'm going to take 5, and I'm going to try to false summoning something. Yeah, I guess. It does get a little awkward. I don't think my opponent's gonna. I don't think he's gonna tap low on regeneration, so I don't think he's gonna play anything else anyway. All right. So, let's see what he plays here. I'm gonna Devour Flesh in response to this, of course. It should be noted that it should not have Devour Flesh in this list. It should be. Ooh. That is not what he wanted to do. Is he going to let him undo that? No. Whoops. Well, that misclick might cost him the game. We'll see. Yeah. That's not great. Not great at all. I mean, we might still lose. So anyway, what I was saying, this Devour Flesh should just be a Diabolic Edict here. So we need to draw another. Okay, that's not good enough. Well, I'm going to tap out here. I need to draw land. Unfortunately, that doesn't kill this Burning Tree Emissary. Rancor. So I need to draw, yeah, I need to draw an Edict effect right here. I can kill that guy, hopefully. Nope. Alright, looks like we lose no matter what then. I don't think I have any outs here. Yep, we're dead. Well, no lands in our top, what, like 8 cards or something? It was a lot of cards that we went through without finding a land. So I like to bring in a lot of my cheap interaction against this deck normally. Although Electrickery is not particularly good against his build most of the time, I do like to have them clean up all those tokens. So cards I don't really want. Gotta decide if I want Dispel. I do like having 1 Dispel against them. I don't need the Whispers of the Muse. I don't need the Capsize. I want to keep all the removal. So take those out, and then I actually have a lot of 1-mana interaction, so I don't think I need these Duresses very much. The other option would be to take out maybe a Counterspell, or like one of these other ones, like maybe a Miscalculation or an Exclude. It's kind of expensive. I'll take out 1 Exclude and bring in 1 Duress. Well, that was a rough one. Mulligan into some mana troubles. Would I like to play first? Yes, I would. This hand seems fine. I think I'm going to go ahead and fetch out a Swamp right away with the Terramorphic. Obviously, this hand is not great against a Young Wolf. And he's got 8 creatures that are resilient to Edicts, so it wouldn't surprise me if he had either a Young Wolf or a Nest Invader. But fortunately for us, just played a guy that dies to Innocent Blood. Nice and easy. If I draw exactly an island, I'm going to go ahead and hold up Prohibit. Otherwise, I'm going to Innocent Blood. Swirling Sandstorm's a nice one. I got the pieces. But again, we're in a spot where I'm stuck on 2 lands. You just can't mulligan 2-land hands, though. Quarian Ranger. Need that Electrickery, it looks like. Would be a nice one. Alright, here goes. We gonna get land screwed again? No, we're not. So I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle away this Prohibit. No, I'm actually gonna hold up the Prohibit, I suppose. That seems like a good plan. I don't need to shuffle this stuff, I don't think. Yeah, I'm gonna keep all these cards actually, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put the Evolving Wilds on top and then draw the Exclude next turn. Play that. Alright, so Prohibit counters everything in their deck. See what he does. Things are shaping up pretty well this game. I do have to kill this Vault Scourge at some point because Swirling Sandstorm doesn't clean it up. But that's fine. I think I should probably just let... No, he's not going to be able to cast much if I Prohibit this, so let's just do that. So I do have to cast this Pieces of the Puzzle if I want to play Swirling Sandstorm. So I can't hold up Exclude. But these are some nice ones. I'm going to keep the Brainstorm. Since I can't hold up Dispel this turn, I think I'm okay doing it this way. And I'm just going to Flame Slash, then Vault Scourge right now. So the nice thing about Swirling Sandstorm is, even if he hungers this thing, I still get to kill everything, so that's good. So I'm gonna pass the turn here, I think. Maybe I'll Brainstorm. Yeah, if I hit a targeted removal spell, I can kill this thing. And then I can Edict away his River Boa. Yeah, these cards are great. I think I'm gonna put my Swirling Sandstorm on. Man, this is tough. Guess I'll put the Echoing Decay and then the Sandstorm. No. This is a tough call. So my opponent has 2 cards. I'm going to put both Edicts on top, actually. So my plan is to hold up mana here. And then I will try to Echoing Decay and like Magma Spray these things at the end of turn, but I also want to hold up Exclude to make sure that my opponent can't land another creature that will protect this River Boa from my edicts. We're in a pretty good spot here. I was kind of stressing over that decision, but it makes very little difference what I do. So I'm going to exclude here, draw a card. I'm going to Magma Spray Brain Ranger. See if he lets that happen, if he's going to protect it. Okay. So protected that. Let's go ahead and I'm just going to sweep these up, I think. There's nothing my opponent can do about it. It'll cost me a little bit, like a little bit more than I would necessarily want, but that's okay. So I'm going to Swirling Sandstorm, he's going to regenerate, and then I'll Innocent Blood it. Yep. Alright, so I think we're in good shape here. Could still be in trouble to a couple, like if we flood or if my opponent finds a lot of, if my opponent finds a bunch of, what are they, Nest Invaders? It's possible I should have done that first, think twice on my turn, but I think it was okay. Alright, yeah, we've locked up this game. For sure, there's no way, there's just no way he's coming back. Hopefully he just concedes when I cast the Teachings, because it's over, but you never know, might play it out for a bit. Opponent didn't have great draws either of these games, especially that first game was pretty bad. If we had hit a third land, we would have almost certainly won that game. But it is what it is. When you're playing the 101 card deck, you don't get to have a consistent mana base. So, people are wondering about the Grixis deck versus the blue-black deck against Stompy, and it feels good here. I don't really have any complaints about it. I just had some good targeted removal. The targeted removal was nice. I don't know if Hermifax is typing or what, but I'm just going to go ahead and pause the video and then I'll pick it back up. Oh, never mind, he's back. Opponent is back. Young Wolf is kind of annoying. I can just get a Magma Spray though, which is going to be fine, I think. Alright, let's go ahead and get a Swamp. And I'll Teachings for Magma Spray. Just use that right now. Alright, cool. It's all good in the hood. So unless my opponent has some graveyard hater, I don't know, they can't really have anything. I'll be able to get this Mystical Teachings out of my graveyard this turn, and we'll just finish off the game. I'm going to grab a mountain here, just so I have 2 red, 2 black sources. Alright, he's kind of taking a while. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. I don't know how long this is going to take, but I don't want to make you guys sit through waiting for this whole thing, so we'll pick it up in sideboarding. Alright, we're back. He made me play it out for a little while, but not too long, and we finished him off once I found an Evankar's Justice and a Pristine Talisman. So, pretty pleased with our sideboard plan there. I don't think I really need more than one of each of these. I do think the Duress is probably a little better than the Dispel, just because it's a little more proactive, but you know, I'm not really sure. They're both pretty decent, but they're not amazing. Miscalculation and Prohibit, you know, these actually might be better than some of these counter spells, but I think I'm going to stick with what I have. So the reason Duress, one of the reasons I like Duress better is it feels Swirling Sandstorm a little better, because I can play it for sure early. But on the other hand, Dispel can help. Like when I cast a sweeper, I can dispel their pump spell. So I don't know exactly what the best thing to do is, but this is what I'm going with. those are kind of the small changes that usually don't matter too much. All right, this is not a tough call, but like I should definitely mulligan this, but it is interesting that I have a couple removal spells. All right, this hand looks fine. I'll keep this one. Keep. Hopefully I find an untapped land on the top. I'm going to keep another land on top. So I'm going to go ahead and grab probably a red source with this. So I can bolt something. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab a red source. We got a mountain. So I'm going to bolt the Nest Invader, and then I'm going to play my Boiler Works. Bolt you. Boiler Works. Pick it up. So next turn, I'm going to have the decision of whether or not I want to Devour Flesh or if I want to hold up Prohibit. Looks like I'm probably going to want to hold up Prohibit. So that means I'm going to play my Snow-Covered Mountain. Because I want to get a black source with this Ash Barrens. Alright, so we did see this Viridian Longbow last game. This is something that I would probably board out if I were my opponent. Let's go ahead and prohibit that. Reason being is that they're going to lose games because they have no creatures, not because, I don't know, like, not because they can't get through blockers or what. Like, they should just board it in if he's got Scattershot Archers or something, just board those in, or just anything. I don't know. Okay, let's go ahead and grab a swamp here. Actually, maybe I'll grab an island so I can hold up. I'm gonna grab an island so I can hold up Counterspell next turn. Ooh, that makes me want to change my mind a little bit about it. I think I'm still okay with the Counterspell. A little awkward. Our mana's been weird since I wanted to bolt on turn 1, save some life. Okay. That is 2 pings per turn, so it's not nothing. I'm going to Bojuka Bog myself just because I have those Crypt Incursions. Yeah, I think I'd rather do that than hold up Counterspell. Actually, you know what? No. Let's go ahead and Bojuka Bog myself. I'm going to hold up the Counterspell. This does make my Swirling Sandstorm worse, so that's something to consider as well. So I'm going to get double pinged here. Oh, only once. Interesting. Can I tap that with Aquarian Ranger? So my reasoning for this is I want to duress them next turn and then cast my pieces. And a bolt. That's a great draw. So I cast duress. We'll see if our opponent has anything interesting here. It's going to ping me. I suspect that this is going to be a Hunger of the Howl Pack. He's going to ping me one more time and then sacrifice this and then Hunger the Aquarian Ranger. Then I'm going to bolt it, and I'm probably going to counter whatever other protection spell he's got. Okay, so let's bolt in response. Yeah, so it looks like he's got 2. But our opponent's empty-handed. Other than this swamp, and I've got an Edict and a bunch of good stuff, so I do believe we're going to win this game as well. Could lose if I like brick off my pieces, flood a lot, and my opponent has a Nest Invader here, or something that doesn't die to Devour Flesh very well. Let's go ahead and pieces of the puzzle. Grab an Evankar's Justice, and I guess a Counterspell. Maybe I just want to Brainstorm. No, I'll grab the Counterspell. Alright. The old 5-hit pieces of the puzzle. So once I find a Teachings, we'll have locked this game up. We haven't quite locked it up yet, but Just one teachings will end this game. And we've vanquished the king of Stompy, it looks like, with our Grixis 101 card deck. Didn't have great draws really in any of the games. Nothing really busted from our opponent. But, I mean, they weren't terrible draws. He had lands and spells all the games. Everything like that. One thing about taking the 7-card Justice is I don't have double black yet. But I'll get it eventually. Alright. I'm going to cast this thing twice. I like to draw a land, I guess. Just don't want to have to discard, so I might as well cast it. So our opponent is a smart player, for those of you who know. Pretty good player. Alright, these are some nice ones. I'm going to put the 2 magma sprays on top, I guess. 1 magma spray and 1 bolt on top. Just going to play a land and pass the turn. So he's a pretty strong player. He knows in this situation that he shouldn't cast anything until he gets the 7 cards. And that's what he's doing. Because I'm going to have to discard anyway. Let's go ahead and pieces, see what I find. Let's grab a Swirling Sandstorm and a Brainstorm. See if I can find a land to play. I did find a land. I guess I'll put both Justices on top. Now I only have to discard 1 card. Actually, I won't discard any cards. I'm just going to Firebolt him. Plunk. Alright. Yeah, so he's not going to play anything until he has to discard. At least he shouldn't. Doesn't look like he's going to. I'm not just going to like spew off these 7-card Justices or anything. 6 lands in a row. Make it 7. Well, you know what? It's actually probably better that for him that he's drawing all these lands, because now I'm stuck discarding here. I'm going to get rid of an Edict effect. I already have one still. Yeah, obviously he's not going to cast anything here, just like he should not cast anything. I'm going to discard 1 7-card Justice. I don't need 2 of them. So this should tell my opponent that I definitely have another 7-card Justice in hand. I could just be bolting him instead of discarding stuff, like I could have cast my bolt, but I'd rather not do that. Alright, sorry about the weirdness there. That was someone set off our smoke alarm or something, so yeah, so that was loud. You guys probably won't hear it. I'll hopefully edit that out, just so we don't have to like get some RIP headphone users going on in here. Alrighty. Still not just gonna play these 7-card Justices. I am about to be ahead on life pretty soon, but I'm just gonna wait until I've locked up the game completely. See, my opponent has Nettle Sentinel, perfectly fine. Just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna think twice, because I suspect when I go to buy this back that my opponent is going to go ahead and play something or other to keep this Nettle Sentinel alive. Maybe not, though. Yep. Looks like that is what my opponent decided to do. I'm just going to go ahead and Innocent Blood this thing away. Alright. Goodbye, Nettle Sentinel. You are a dead elf. Let's go ahead and Brainstorm. Ooh, got some nice lands. Let's get another island into play. Yep. Alright. So I'm not too worried here. I'm going to counter... Not going to counter a Nest Invader. I'll counter a... What's it called? A River Boa, and not really anything else. Not that I need to counter the River Boa anyway, but that is the one creature I would consider killing. Or consider countering. I'm going to make the same play again. Alright. Scoop up both of those. Play a Bloodfell Caves, pass the turn. So I'm probably just going to Eventcard Justice every turn for the rest of the game here until our opponent's dead. We are about to be ahead on life, so I might as well just keep doing it. And I'm discarding and all that good stuff. Should have probably tapped one of those for mana, but that's alright. Let's go ahead and discard this Devour Flesh. Still have an Innocent Blood, still got more sweepers, got some counter spells. Nettle Sentinel dies to Eventcard Justice, so just leave that be. Still dies to Eventcard Justice, even after a Rancor. Not a problem there. Let's always yield to this guy, so I don't have to keep waiting for that. Rancor, of course, resolves. Don't care about that at all. Got another one. Sure. Could really use an Oubliette. Scoop all these Rancors up. And equip. Yeah, this is a lot of cards that are not very good against us. All these equipments and enchantments and whatnot. I'm just gonna go ahead and Magma Spray this. No, whatever. I'm just Eventcard Justice it away. 2, 3. Goodbye, Nettle Sentinel. So I do want to make sure I don't die to like Gut Shot, I guess, but I don't think that's a big concern. I've got this Firebolt in the graveyard. Okay, conceded. So started off 1-0 against Stompy, against the best, probably the best Stompy player online. So that's a good start for us. Let's move on to the next round.